I'd like to take a couple minutes to talk about something called augury, which is bird divination. So, I believe that birds bring us messages based on the bird, based on what's going on in the moment. Not every bird, not all the time, although sometimes, depending on what's going on and how deeply I want to tap into this, I can make it work like that for me. But this is something I have kind of done inherently my whole life. And it stems from Cardinals bringing you good luck. You know, we always believe that Cardinals brought us good luck when I was a little kid. And so believing in that and looking at other birds, well, what do other birds bring into my life? And we had a lot of hummingbirds. We still, where I live, we have a lot of hummingbirds. And I like that energy. I like the excitement, they were magical. Like you could have, it was like seeing a unicorn the first time I saw a hummingbird. So they're it's a magical bird to me. And, you know, the energy that they bring, they really do bring you a certain extent of energy. That's something they represent. But looking into things like that and associations with different birds, particularly birds that surround me, although sometimes it's been birds that I've dreamt about, birds that I've read about in stories, just to know a little bit more about them, and maybe incorporate them into some of my artwork, just to kind of draw on that energy and lend that message to myself in some way that's meaningful to me. So I don't know everything about all birds, just the birds that affect me. This isn't something I've ever tried to use as, you know, a $5 augury reading. It doesn't really work like that. It's kind of more of a personal tool, but that is what augury is to me. So it's something that I do constantly, really based on how my path interacts with birds, looking at left to right and right to left. Actually, I'm looking at a hummingbird right now. It's in a Rose of Sharon, just perched there. All right, my battery is about to die, so we're gonna make this quick. It won't let me zoom. Anyway, let's do this. So looking at the directions, and you can, this is stuff you can Google, and you'll find different interpretations, but again, I believe that regardless of what you find in writing, all of this is still a relatively new practice. And there is no book that's been written on it. It's a personal practice to me. It's what I have found to be consistently true and accurate to some degree. That's my way of delineating things. I don't know what works for you, but this is what works for me, and I highly encourage you to look up the meanings of that bird that crossed your path this morning while you were on your way to somewhere. Or maybe you dreamed about, you know, a bird with a long bill and it looked pretty exotic, and, you know, go Google birds with long bills, exotic birds with long bills. I mean, you'll find yourself digging into different things that you never really considered would be a part of your life. Like, oh, I guess I do kind of have to focus on something in that area, because it'll cause you to really kind of dig up things that maybe you wouldn't have thought of otherwise, and that's why they fly into our life. So I feel like this is kind of rambling now, and I am running out of battery space, but I guess more to come. We'll make this a part one. All right, take care, do good, be well.